Welcome to the Aquarius September Romance Guidance.
Hey beautiful people, it's your girl Shakima in the building. I'm just stopping in today to do a reading for my Aquarius babies. So this will be for my Aquarius Sun, Moon and Rising, and this is a romance reading for the month of September. If we do have any cross watchers in the room as well, obviously this is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. If it doesn't resonate, let it dissipate, okay? And this particular reading I'm looking forward to because this is connected to myself as a Aquarius cusp. This will give me some sort of insight into working through some of whatever it is to come, okay? So I do want to put across, like I mentioned, these are going to be general readings. So if you would like to go a little bit deeper, then you can also book a personal reading with me. The details to do so will be in the description box below. And we can go and have a look at your personal circumstances because these are going to be generalized to the energies of the Aquarius tribe. Okay, if you guys do like the construct of my video, my reading, definitely be sure to give me a thumbs up, a like, and comment down below and let me know how you've been able to effectively utilize the information for your own sort of journey throughout this month. And definitely be sure to subscribe guys. That way you can be, up to date with all of the monthly and daily guidance that I'm, uploading here for you guys. So be sure to hit the notification bell as well. That way you can be in the know once they're uploaded. Okay, what I would like to sort of do for the reading, as per usual, I'm going to be starting with the tarot, guys. So we're going to be able to outlay the past, present and future trajectory. The present circumstances will give us some insight into the potential challenge of the actual circumstances that we're going to be dealing with in the month of September. And then I'm going to be able to utilize the romance cards to be able to see what's going on for my Aquarius babies that are in committed relationships, those that are single and those that are in situationships, because I don't judge and we all need loving, even if it's complicated, okay? So I've got a card for you guys too. If you guys are interested in stuff like my candle as well, I make candles for the purpose of meditation. I make ancestral candles, which is awesome for altar work. And I also make candles for personal reasons, whatever you kind of need me to set an intention for. I'm here for it, And I love a personal candle. All the candles that I actually use in these spaces for you guys are personally made by myself, setting my own personal intentions for what I'm coming into these spaces to do, whatever it is intended. So if that's something that you're into as well, hit me up, guys. I'm here for all of it, okay? So we're going to go and get straight into the space, guys, and see if we can get as much clarity as possible for you guys. So let's have a little look and see what is the divine guidance for my Aquarius babies for the month of September in romance, spirit. What do they need to know? So you guys will be going through recovery from the past circumstances. So there may have been some backstabbing situations. So the best way that I can put it, you may have found yourself in the past where you've kind of, a person, your romantic partner, or this may be you, because the energy is interchangeable, but the dynamics of the situation is showing me that there may have been situations where somebody's been let down, they have been stabbed in the back, if you will, and they're recovering from some of those situations, they're recovering from some of those circumstances. It's still something that plays on their mind, but they're actually going through a process of recovering from it. And again, interestingly, I just said it's something that's playing on the mind, but it seems as though it's definitely a contemplative month for us, Aquarius. It seems as though we're definitely sort of in meditation, a little bit sulky as well about the situation, a little bit unhappy with the circumstances, but we're definitely contemplating what our next move is going to be from here. And it seems that we feel stuck for the most part. It's definitely going to be a slow moving process, but we feel hella stuck. We feel like, oh my God, as bad as it may appear to be on surface, like, this is my person, okay? This is my person. I'm not necessarily in a place where I'm open to moving on just yet. That's for those of you that are in relationships, even those of you in situationships, because clearly that's why you continue to linger in the space here. For those of you that are single, this may mean that you are still mulling over some of the past circumstances that you dealt with in relationships, and you haven't necessarily gotten past resentment just yet, and you are at a place where you feel stuck, like you're still carrying a lot lot on your heart for this person, and probably potentially a lot on your mind as well, because you're just like not over the fact of the way that they've treated you. I'm hearing a lot of negative thoughts, actually, a lot of negative talking about the other person, but they came in as a reflection of you to show you parts of yourself that was broken. So rather than continuing to project at them in terms of however they showed up in your experience, even if they were, for lack of a better way of putting it, fuck boy, fuck girl, whatever the situation was, it's not for you to judge, it's not for me to judge. It's for them to be able to walk that path with God and figure out whatever issues they have. What are you learning about yourself in the process of your experience of this person? Because if they came in and they stabbed you in the back, clearly you've got some sort of contracts with disloyalty. You know, you may be the type of person to have misplaced loyalty where you put other people's feelings before your own, and it hasn't necessarily gotten you anywhere for up until this point, and Spirit's trying to show you, okay, maybe you need to actually get attuned and connected to yourself so that you can know how to actually navigate through the process of certain situations. Okay, like this feeling stuck thing, like your life is not going to move on, like you're never going to get any better, like that was as best as you were going to get, even though you know that the situation was wrong for you. Let it go. Okay, let's go. And when I say wrong for you, because wrong is subjective, I mean you have outgrown that vibration. Okay, and anything that seems to be apparently wrong for you is something that you've now outgrown, because at some point in your journey it was right for you, because that was where you were vibrating at. So you're kind of like dealing with insecurities this month. There's definitely going to be triggers for you emotionally this month. So for those of you that may have issues in terms of whether or not you value yourself in relationships or how you show up in relationships, those are definitely some of the things that's going to be showing up for you, because it seems like you're just really indecisive. You don't know whether or not you're coming or going. You haven't necessarily let go of the person that you're with, but you can't stand them at the same time. So it's a pretty tricky situation, it seems like. But just listen to your intuition. God's going to take you through the process, and just be open. Okay, open to the signs, open to the synchronicities that are taking place for you. Yep, it's going to be a very direct month. A very, very direct month. Your intuition is going to be very sharp, very blunt with you this month, and there's going to be a lot of emotional triggers as a result, to bring you some clarity on the fact that you're not taking responsibility, and you're kind of like taking on other people's problems a lot of the time, and you're taking on too much in most cases as well. You've been reckless in the process of doing that, and it also seems as though you're going to be going through some sort of loneliness as well this month. Loneliness due to broken promises. People that, well, in the relationship, there'll be aspects where the person that you're with, your counterpart, will be making promises that they are unable to fulfill, and the promises that they're making are pretty reckless, because they're not taking the time to actually like say, okay, can I actually do this? They're just saying shit that they feel like you need to hear in that moment, because they're kind of like in the vibe of that moment, but they don't actually see the long-term trajectory, and then their intention isn't actually in that space. So that's something to be mindful of, so that you don't find yourself being too disappointed. And this is what I mean about insecure triggers of insecurities that are going to come to the surface, because if you have a codependent relationship with your person, that is likely to trigger your codependency issues. Okay, but you're being forced to learn how to be more dependent on yourself. Let's have a little look and see what's going on for you guys. What is the advice, Spirit? What's going on for my Aquarius babies for the month of September in love and romance? What do they need to know for the month of September? Okay, you guys are going to be going through a cycle to pretty much like move away from anything that is against the direction that you're trying to move forward to. Okay, we've got the Chariot. So it's going to be, like I said, a very emotional month, because that's in reference to Cancer, if I'm not mistaken. So there's definitely going to be some bruises to the ego, or has been some bruise to the ego in terms of the past circumstances coming into September. And it seems as though you have kind of got yourself into a situation where you're not as motivated as you potentially were with the relationship, and there's now a lack of direction to it, and you're not sure what you want to do, because it seems like there's a broken family situation for you guys, especially from the past circumstances. Let's have a little look and see what's going on for my Aquarius babies for the month of September in romance, Spirit. What do they need to know for... Okay, so let's have a little look. So right, so throughout, things are going to definitely take a turn. Things are going to take a turn for you. In the present trajectory, we've got the Six of Wands, which kind of lets me know that things are going to take a turn. It is going to be victorious in the month of September. So those cycles that you're going to be going through, those cycles of insecurity, this is the month where you're going to face those shadows and be like, you know what, I see you, and I understand why you're scared, or I understand why you feel the need to kind of hang on to this person or use them as a crutch or be in this codependent situation. But you know what, like, it's time for us to mature, it's time for us to boss up, it's time for us to actually like get our shit together and start being an adult about our business. You know, like, yes, my inner child has been wounded by my circumstances growing up, but I'm at the place now where I'm going to take charge of the situation, and this cycle no longer serves me. What I will say to you is to be mindful, because it is going to impact your ego dramatically, which means that you may have moments where your actions are very fiery. Okay, so just bear that in mind. What I do see as well moving forward, much like Sagittarius, you guys are actually dealing with resistance to the changes that are coming moving forward. Okay, but you will have victory over it in the present moment of, well, in the present month of September. You will have, again, if you can see that, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So there's some good karma coming your way. There's definitely a turning point in the relationship. You know, you guys are going to be able to reclaim your power in the situation in terms of the romance. It seems as though you're going through a spiritual recovery, which is going to impact you financially eventually. But throughout the month of September, it seems as though you may find yourself being overcommitted in terms of like your work circumstances. So there'll definitely not be much time for romance this month in September, because you're looking at your past circumstances where you've lost opportunities to be able to make some money and get yourself into a more secure position financially. But it seems as though you're more focused in that area, and there's going to be a lot to come for you in that regards. There's going to be the opportunity for you to create more of a solid foundation for yourself from fresh perspectives, from new thought patterns, from new thought perspectives. And you're going to be able to get a change. Even though you going forward, it seems as though you're resistant to it, you are going to be victorious in the end. Okay, that's pretty much what I'd say for you guys in terms of the situation. Now let's have a little look and see what's going on for my Aquarius babies for the month of September. Let's have a look. We're going to have a look for those in committed relationships, those in singleships trying to figure some stuff out, and those in situationships really trying to make the best of a bad situation. Okay, let's have a little look. What is the divine guidance for my Aquarius babies for the month of September, Spirit? What do they need to know? It's worth waiting for. Okay, whatever it is that you're okay, so in terms of your expectations of this person, it's worth waiting for. They haven't necessarily grown or developed in the ways that you would like them to just yet. So you're going through a process in the month of September to wait for them to get to exactly this place where they're going to be able to make a commitment to you, this place where they're going to be able to make a commitment to themselves. Because if people have commitment issues, it's usually a reference to the fact that they have an issue committing to circumstances, to themselves first and foremost, before anybody else. But it seems as though it's worth waiting for you guys to be able to evolve into a committed monogamous relationship. Okay, and children is also a factor with the relationship for the month of September. Capricorn got stuff to do with children as well for the month of September, interestingly enough. So you guys may want to have a look at their reading as well. But we're going to go and get straight into it, guys. What is the divine guidance for my Aquarius babies for the month of September in romance, Spirit? Those in relationships, those in committed relationships, what do they need to know? My Aquarius babies in committed relationships for the month of September. Okay. Honeymoon period. So those of you guys that are in relationships, you guys are going to be going through a honeymoon period. You guys will pretty much be kind of like sailing off into the sunset. Okay, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So it's almost as though for you guys, it seems like what I'm talking about in terms of victory in the present moment, it seems like this is like a honeymoon stage for you guys. And I want to put that across to you guys, because shit's about to get real once the Saturn retrograde is over. All of the work that has been or hasn't been done is going to effectively be put into motion. So bear that in mind. You're going through a honeymoon phase throughout the month of September, and the kind of advice, if you will, is to let your friends help you. And you're going to have to go through a process of forgiveness and learning. So again, the stuff that they've done in the past, you're trying to move past it, and because of that, it's going to give you guys an opportunity to kind of like have moments of enjoying the relationship rather than enduring their behavior. Okay, let's have a little look and see what's going on for my single Aquarius babies. What's going on, Spirit, for my single Aquarius babies in the month of September? Damn, there's a lot going on for you, singles. There's a lot going on for you. You kind of have to move past your barriers in love. There's religious factors that's impacting your romantic life. So you're looking for somebody that is probably the same religion as you or has the same spiritual outlook as you. And that may be some of the things that may be kind of like impacting your decision-making process. And we did sort of mention that there'll be a lot of confusion and indecisiveness throughout this month. So for you singles, that's kind of like how you'll be sort of dealing with the situation, and the advice is to give your relationship a chance. So if you've been working at there's a past life relationship that's coming back or coming into your space, and it's going to be something that is going to seem like an unrequited love. So it's like, the best way that I can put it, this person that's coming into your space, they are pretty much, it's a karmic relationship, right? So they are pretty much just going to really test you, because what it's showing is that this is an unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So bear that in mind, guys. As you kind of go through the process with your person, I'm sorry, my eye's actually just doing the most at the minute, guys. As you go through this process with your person, bear in mind that the way that you guys are going through the situation right now, there's going to have to be some major changes for you guys to be able to create the sustainable kind of relationship that you guys want. And that's something that you guys are actually going to have to do some work on, because somebody, like I mentioned several times over, somebody has codependent tendencies. So somebody might be codependent on other people, or it might be somebody that sort of deals with substance abuse, or somebody that is just not in a place where they can stand to be on their own or by themselves for too long. And that those are some of the things that is going to be a challenge to the situation, to this person coming into your space. So just be mindful of that. Okay, let's have a little look. I'm sorry, guys, I know it seems like so random, but my hair got into my eyes and it started to do bits to my eyes, and now my eye is just going crazy. But let's have a little look and wrap up for you guys. What is the divine guidance for my Aquarius babies that are in situationships? What do they need to know about their love life for the month of September? Let go of your control issues. Let go of your control issues. The person that you're dealing with is a soulmate. Okay, this is somebody that's going to allow for you to grow and evolve, somebody that you have the potential to grow with. Let go of your control issues. Don't get so hung up on how you need for this situation to be, how they need to be, how you need to be, how you need to come across. Just try not to be so in your feelings about certain things this month, because again, this is why you're being emotionally triggered by your insecurities. Let your friends help you as well. So let the people around kind of like give you their 2 pence worth and advice on how to maybe deal with some of the situations that you guys are faced with dealing with, because you never know, they might be able to give you some insight to allow you to make better decisions than you're currently making in the situation. Okay, so that is it, guys. I hope that that was useful for you guys. I hope that you guys were able to get some insight there. If you guys would like to go deeper, definitely book a personal reading with me. And if you guys would like to sort of get access to the extended reading, where I'm going to be going over what the energy and interaction is going to be like with the interaction with all of the zodiacs, you can do so via my Patreon channel. Details will be in the description box below via my Linktree link. You can just click on the relevant tab. And if you guys did like the video, like I said, thumbs up, comment below, and definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you can be in the know for when I upload these awesome videos for you guys. Okay, that's pretty much everything, awesome people. I'm gonna go and get the extended video done for you guys. I'm sending you guys all my love, light, and positive intentions as per usual. Until next time, beloveds, Ashe. Mwah.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the bell for more.